Hello everyone, my name is Troye Sivan. That was Omen by Sam Smith and Disclosure. And I'm on Radio 1 right now. This is my internet takeover. This is a thing that is actually happening to me in my life. It's crazy. I'm all prepared. I have like a bunch of sound effects lined up. I've got these sirens and I've also got some like glass smashing and stuff. I feel like a real radio person. We've got some amazing music coming up this hour. I feel like a real radio person. I'm like talking in my radio voice. But yeah, you can listen live or you can watch live as well on bbc.co.uk/Radio 1. And don't forget to tweet along with the show. We've got a special hashtag. It's hashtag TroyR1. So yeah, let me know that you're listening. But first up, we have a song by a girl called Gordy from Australia. I found her, I was listening on an aeroplane, and I literally was asleep and woke up from my slumber because I was like, wait, what song is this? It was the Qantas playlist. And yeah, she's incredible. She kind of sounds a little bit like Haim, but she's dope and awesome and Australian, which are all three things that I really, really like. So yeah, this is Gordy. Can we work it out? Wrong song. There it is. Was Bloodsport by Riley Ritchie. I am so obsessed with that song. I hope to start hearing it on the radio in Australia and stuff like that really, really soon. Okay, so basically, guys, I don't know if you know this, but I had a mini album come out like 2 days ago, and I am super, super excited to play it on Radio 1. This is going to be my first time hearing myself on the radio, not in Australia. I think I only ever heard Happy Little Pill on the radio in Australia, which is my last single. And yeah, this song was just like the easiest song in the world to write. It was just kind of like the ideal writing day. I went into the studio, had a beer, had some sushi, and got some children's choirs in to come and sing little bits and bops. So yeah, I love this song. I think it's like a real bop, and yeah, I'm just super, super excited to play it on the radio. I can't believe that this is about to happen, but this is my song. So it's by me, Troye Sivan, and it's called Wild. That was Wild by Troye Sivan. That was insane. The sound system in the studio is nuts, and I just like had a full-on jam out to my own song. But it's all good. It's all good. I asked you guys a little while ago on Twitter to send in your British slang words for me to kind of like take into my Australian brain, try and understand, and then spit them back out. I've picked just like a couple. The first one that I've got is ting, which I'm assuming just means like, maybe it's like the sound that a triangle makes. So like when the band member who plays the triangle does, he's like, okay, do the ting now. And then he knows to go. So that's that. Then we've got mad bants, which maybe bants is like a disease, like mad cow disease. So if you get it, it's bad. And you know, like, oh, she has mad bants. Like that. And then I've got what does scran mean? And I think I actually know this one, and I think it's like a canned fish. Like tuna, scran, whatever you like on your sandwich is all good. And then we've got mandem, which looks like the word modern. So I'm assuming it's like a style of like interior design. We went very mandem with the house, you know? And the next song that we have is actually a song that I fell in love with last year. It was like my number one track of last year, I'd say. And it is by a Swedish girl called Mapai. I have no idea how to say her name, and I'm sorry, I'm probably butchering it, but she's incredible. And this is a song called Don't Wait. I love it. That was Don't Wait by Mapai. Like I said, one of my favorite songs of last year. And while the song was playing, I managed to look up some of the definitions of the British slang words that I tried to interpret a couple of minutes ago. And I have them in front of me. Scran, which I said was like canned fish, is just food, apparently. So I was like on the right track with that one. Nailed it, I reckon. Mad bants is... Banter is like a joke, and bants is short for banter, and I guess it's just like when you have a mad joke. No idea. Ting is thing, which I guess I should have guessed rather than the sound that a triangle makes. And mandem is like mate, so you're my mandem. That's how it goes. And next up we have a song by a girl called Soak, who is from Northern Ireland. I love her. She's one of my favorite songwriters at the moment. She writes songs that just make you feel really, really warm and fuzzy and sad at the same time, which is like an array of emotions that I really appreciate. And this song is called Be a Nobody. And yeah, if you can, listen to the lyrics in the chorus. It's going to make you want to cry. So yeah, this is Soak, Be a Nobody. So if you guys don't know this, I make YouTube videos, and basically normally I upload them to my YouTube channel, but I decided that today I was going to make a very, very special video exclusively for everyone over at Radio 1 and for you guys to watch. So what I need you to do is I need you to get out your phone right now, unless you're driving, don't do that. Get out your laptop, again, unless you're driving, don't do that. And go to bbc.co.uk/Radio 1 and yeah, watch this little video that I put together for you guys. Do it now. Hello Radio 1, this is Troye Sivan. This is my little special exclusive video for anyone who is watching or listening. Basically, I wanted to give you guys a kind of little behind the scenes into the making of a song called Wild. So I was going into the studio with Alex Hope, who I write with a lot, and we had written this one other song that we didn't kind of like, that everyone else loved. We were so determined to outright that song and write a song that people loved even more. I arrived, Alex had like a couple of little drum things, and she had it saved under a project called Troye Single. So clearly we were feeling optimistic. And then just as we were about to kind of like really get stuck in, Alex told me that her publisher's nieces were big fans and they wanted to come in and say hey. So I was like, sure, cool. They came in, I met them, they were absolutely adorable, and we carried on writing. And then within kind of like 10 minutes of them leaving, I was like, that's a cool part. I sound dumb singing it. Alex, you sing it. No offense, you sound dumb singing it too.
We need children.
Oh no, wherever are we going to find children? It's not like Destiny paved a beautiful path for us and provided us with 3 small children in the studio this morning. Oh wait, Destiny did! So we called up Alex's publisher's nieces, asked them to come back into the studio, and I started recording on my photo booth. And this is what happened.
But as loud as you can.
Now shout hey as loud as you possibly can.
Go.
Hey!
2.
Hey!
I bet you guys can shout louder than that. I've had my sister shout at me louder than that when she gets mad.
I can scream louder than that.
Can you?
Yeah. I can just like scream.
And this is how it turned out. Beers, sushi, the kids coming in. I feel like everything about that day was just absolutely perfect. But yeah, that is just a little backstory into the making of Wild. Hope you guys liked it. I hope you're liking my radio show. I hope I'm not stuffing it up too badly. Enjoy the rest of the show. Bye! So yeah, there you guys go. The next song that I'm going to be playing on my radio show is by one of my favorite artists of the last sort of year. They're a group called Oh Wonder. They're from the UK. And they have been releasing a song every single month for the last kind of like 10 months. And now they have an album coming out in, I think it's in September. So you should go check it out for sure. They are incredible. I love this song. This is Live Wire by Oh Wonder. That is such a good song. If you want to check me out, I'm jamming in the studio and you can watch live on the BBC website, which is bbc.co.uk/Radio 1. And you can also tweet along with the hashtag TroyeR1. I asked you guys to ask me some questions on there, just kind of like random life questions, nothing too particular, and we got some really good ones. Someone says, I'm coming to live in Sydney for 6 months. Have you got any tips? First tip is don't die. I feel like foreign people come to Australia and just like get bitten by things or like get sunburnt really easily. Like protect yourself from all of the dangers that are Australia. I'm used to it, but yeah, you gotta be careful. What was the theme that you were going for the upcoming album? I think the thing is that there's a lot of like firsts going on in my life right now. You know, it's like my first time being away from my family for a really long time, or you know, first relationships and things like that. You know, so firsts I'd say is kind of a theme, a constant theme throughout all of the songs. Someone says, if you could get stuck in an elevator with 3 people, who would they be? This is a really good question. I think my first choice would be someone like Bear Grylls, because they would be able to get me out. But then if that doesn't work, I would want to be entertained and cooked for, probably. Like I'd want food and stuff. So maybe like Jamie Oliver and like Ellen DeGeneres or something, just to keep the spirits up while we were all like stuck in an elevator. I get really claustrophobic. As soon as I feel like I can't get out of somewhere, I like panic and freak out. So I feel like Ellen would just like calm me down and keep me sane. Yeah. Someone says, what is your favorite part of the process of making music? Definitely the songwriting. I love it. Someone says, what's the best dip for tortilla chips? Quite a controversial topic. I know I'm going to be careful what I say. I could, really tick off some people, but guacamole. I tweet about it all the time. I live it. I love it. It's a lifestyle and a dip, and it's just the best. But then every now and then I get tweets about, people saying that they never had avocado or never had guacamole before. And I blocked them. So, yeah. The next song is going to be by me. It's called Fools, and it's one of my favorite songs that I've ever written. And it is, I think, the third track on Wild. And I love it. So here is Fools by Troye Sivan. Who is me? That is I. Go. That was Fools by Troye Sivan. Fun fact about that song, you can hear some crowd kind of chanty vocals at the end. And that is actually, I was in New York and I was in front of a bunch of people who came to a YouTube event, and we put microphones all secretly throughout the crowd and we asked them to shout only Fools. They didn't know why, they didn't know what it was for, and now they're on my album. So that's a cool story. And listening to that song kind of gets me thinking about, songwriting and just how far I've come, because I think about the first song that I ever wrote was when I was probably 6 or something like that, and I had a fan, because it's summer in Australia and it's hot, and I had a tape recorder and I thought that I was like Britney Spears with my vocal effects. You know when you talk into a fan and it makes you sound like a robot? And so I set up the cassette right by the fan and sung my little song that I'd written through the fan into the cassette. So it was like pretty much a real recording studio. And I wonder if I could probably like find that tape and upload it to YouTube. So make sure you subscribe to me. Just promo all the time. The next song that I have is it's by TK Maidza, who's an Australian rapper. She's incredible. And this is her song called Uh-huh. And it was the first TK song that I heard, and I'm obsessed with it. So that was Uh-huh by TK Maidza. I think she's going to be massive. So stay tuned, everyone, for that. I got a couple more questions from Twitter. Someone says, what are your thoughts on Melanie Martinez's new album? It's insane. It's like this crazy concept album. Everything's like baby themed and the production and everything is insane. So definitely give that a listen. How do you feel about garlic bread? Very upset constantly because I used to love it. And then at school, they used to make them at the canteen and they just used to put way too much butter. And then like one time I just had one and felt sick for the rest of the day and it just kind of put me off and now I can't really look at it the same. So traumatized. Do you love me? I do. I love every single one of you and I'm not just saying that. I really, really mean it because yeah, it just feels cool that I am so lucky to have fans that actually care about what I'm making and yeah, just glad that you guys appreciate everything that I'm doing. So thank you. The next song, I was at a music festival in Brighton called The Great Escape and I went to go see, I think it was like Charlie XCX or something like that. But I went to the show early and I saw a girl before her called Emily Nicholas and she was playing this song when I walked in and I was like, oh my God, this is such a tune and it's massive. It's awesome. It's called Peace Stereo and this is Emily Nicholas.
Radio 1.
All right, so that was P Stereo by Emily Nicholas. Such a tune. We're kind of coming towards the end of my radio show, which feels way too soon. I'm having way too much fun. And I'm also extremely, extremely curious about a couple more of these sound effects. We have just kids cheering, screaming their heads off. We've got one called Seal SFX, which I don't really know what I expected, but it wasn't that. We've got more seals. I don't know. Whoever programmed this kind of has like a bit of an obsession, I think, with seals. All right, that's enough. You can stop now. It's just going and going and going. And then, I mean, iPhone text receive, that's for when you're like lonely and your crush isn't texting you back. Just like to make yourself feel better. But yeah, I mean, I could play all night. I should probably stop. We've got 2 more songs. This one is by one of my favorite duos ever, Broods. I love it. It's called Four Walls. Hope you like it.
Radio 1.
All right, that was Four Walls by Broods. Such a beautiful song. The next song that I'm going to play is my final song for the day, and it's by Years and Years, and it's called Eyes Shut. I don't know about you guys, but I am absolutely obsessed with the Years and Years. I have been for a couple of months, and then I got to meet Ollie and almost made a mess of my pants, basically, by just like, I don't know, I just melted in front of him. He's very, very sweet. And I also just want to say that he's openly gay, as am I, and I feel like I just think it is so cool to see people like Ollie and like Sam Smith and stuff like that, you know, doing their thing and living all of their dreams while still being openly gay. Super inspiring to people like me. And yeah, just kind of showed me before I put out any music that you can be gay and also put out music and put out really good music as well. So huge fan of Ollie from years and years, and all of the boys. They were really sweet. So yeah, this is the last song. Thank you guys so much for listening. This was way too much fun. I'm gonna probably have to come back and do it again. Let me just do the sirens one more time. All right. So yeah, that is it. I hope you guys like my radio show. This is Eyes Shut by Years and Years, and next up on Radio 1 is Hugh Stevens. I love you all so much.